And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salter along with Keith Fustel. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day to everybody. We have a big live racing program out here today. First race post time just over an hour. Let's recap Sunday, though. We had some great races out here yesterday, a bunch of nice allowance races. Let's talk about some big payouts yesterday. The bettors had a big day yesterday. They hit the pick six for almost 4,600. Early pick five paid almost 3,500. So some big payouts in those popular multi-race wagers.
Yeah, I mean, not any real monster prices. Hill Shadow, I think, what was the biggest of the day at 1960. A good ride there by Forrest. Boys very patient inside. Found a seam between horses to get up, and a little bit of a late duel there. Total Access got you kicked off the card there with Salzman up the rail 1160. It was a little bit difficult. I know you had that horse, right?
Yeah,
Total
I had that
Access,
one on top.
a good winner there. So when you look at that early pick five with a payout of close to $3,500, 1160. 340, 1960, $6 and 940. That's a pretty strong payout.
You beat a couple of heavy favorites in the sequence. A couple of heavy favorites went down.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of money. Ankle Monitor was a strong fave in race two, but you're right. Yeah, and Hell of a Fire, who I had 2-1 morning line. The more I looked at the race, they might have had a little bit too low, but I thought 940 was still a big price on Hell of a Fire.
All right, so some big performances yesterday following along with Dan Illman from the DRF. He tweets out a bunch of good information about Maryland racing. Harper's first ride with a big 93 buyer speed figure yesterday for Claudio Gonzalez. Claudio Barn had a 2-win day yesterday. Harper's first ride, their big winner. Victor Carrasco on that horse, and then the Jamie Ness barn, they had a 2-win day yesterday as well.
Yeah, Ness with It's a Journey pulled the upset over Warm. Ground-saving trip. Caramanos found some room late, shifted out, and went by. Warm looked gone. We saw a little trend yesterday, too. This track, horses were clear on the lead coming to about the 8th pole. They looked like they were gone, right? All of a sudden, they just kind of got the staggers the last 16th of a mile, and horses would go by late. A couple horses looked poised for victory and just couldn't quite last on that racetrack, a muddy sealed surface yesterday.
All right, so that was all yesterday. Let's get right to it today. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, always a big popular day at the races. Everybody's off. It's a national holiday, as it should be, an important holiday on the calendar. So hopefully we'll have a nice crowd out here today. Good wintertime weather, no rain, no snow. Just put a sweater on and a jacket and you're good to go. You grab your PPs and you're all set. Big day coming up later this month down in South Florida. Let's show you what's going on with the Pegasus World Cup. Saturday, January 25th down there, South Florida, Hallandale Beach, Gulfstream Park. We're going to have drawings for Pegasus merchandise with a program purchase here at Laurel Park. We'll have a big program here. That's, I guess, what, just next week? Is that next Saturday?
Yeah, it's
coming up this Saturday. Pegasus Week is here. Huh?
Yeah.
And you got the big favorite, I guess, Omaha Beach for the Hall of Famer Richard Mandela. He had a workout down there this past weekend at Gulfstream. You can follow along with the Pegasus. They're on Twitter. Pegasus tweeting out a bunch of good stuff. XBTV's tweeting out a bunch of good stuff about Pegasus, and so is Gulfstream Park as well. Acacia down there, Nicoletti and Jason Blewett, and our main man Phil Janak and Dave Joseph doing a good job down there, putting a lot of information out about one of the country's richest horse race, a $3 million purse this year for the Pegasus.
Busy times right now down at Gulfstream. You know, they've got their hands full, and it just kind of leads into that the Triple Crown season, all the prep races and stuff. So, yeah, those guys, they do a great job year in and year out trying to stay on top of keep everybody informed, the whole public, as to what's going on with everything Gulfstream Park.
Well, speaking of Triple Crown season, tickets on sale for the middle jewel of the Triple Crown. Preakness 145 is going to be Saturday, May 16th this year. Tickets on sale. Go to Preakness.com for all your tickets and information about the People's Race, the People's Party, everybody's favorite race of the Triple Crown. Preakness 145 Saturday, May 16th. And, man, there was a buzzsaw out at Santa Anita win yesterday. You hear about that
Nadal,
horse? Nadal. I didn't see I just saw
see
everything on Twitter blowing up and a big number. Looks like Baffert might have another Justify on his hands out there.
How about the other one he has? That ran, was it?
That one.
Yeah, but a week or two ago, same thing. The horse
hard
was
to keep
kind
up with
of,
Baffert's horses,
zigging and zagging the final eighth of a mile. But how good does he look?
Sure.
Yeah, Baffert, a strong favorite right now, I would say, leading in to the dirt. What a life, huh?
Yep. He's doing good.
What happened to us? Can't we have
We
like
we,
1 or
we
2 days we can walk through the world and
we put him on the
and
map.
be about?
We
Yeah,
put him on.
yeah,
We
I
made
guess
him
you're right.
famous.
Jeez.
All right, here we go. Let's show a picture of the main track today. A fast main track this afternoon. No rain. No snow. Temperatures in about the 30s today. It's a little cool.
Oh, it's chilly.
Sweater, jacket, and you're good to go. Come up to the sports book. Watch all the simulcast action on that 75-foot LED wall. So let's get right to it here. Race 1's going to kick off that popular early pick 5. Man, it's been paying big. We always feature that industry low 12% takeout on all the pick 5s here at Laurel Park. That's why they pay so big. And this early pick 5 is a mandatory payout. So I'm going to go after a big payout here in this early pick 5. Let's check out my ticket. I have a $32 ticket. There's a 3 to 5 favorite.
You are spreading in this overnight. That's interesting. Okay.
Race 1, there's a 3 to 5 favorite who's been the beaten favorite his last 3 starts. He's going to take a ton of money today. The 3 under a spell you have to use, but he's not reliable at this 10,002 life level. So I also use the 1 Lunar Image at a big price. The 2 Fort Royal is my top pick.
Okay.
And I'll use the 6 San Marco for Gary Cap on the drop. So 1, 2, 3, 6 for me here in race 1. I think there's a reliable 7 to 5 single there in race 2. The 4 Candygram for Mongo for trainer Jamie Ness. Trevor McCarthy, big sharp win last out, first off the claim, in an easy spot today. So I'll single there on the 4 Candygram for Mongo. Then I'm 4 deep there. Race 3, that's a nice maiden special weight. I'll go with the 2, 3, 6, 8. Maybe I can get a little price with the 8, the Cairo Kid, first-time starter from the Annette Eubanks barn. So 2, 3, 6, 8 there. Race 4, my price play. I have a price play on top there. The 5 Rumson Rally, 6 to 1 for Lacey Gaudette, and the 10-pound bug Charlie Marquez. So I'm 4 deep there in race 4. Another single. I have a 6 to 1 single for you. Well, with the scratch of the 3, big scratch there in race 5. Take out the 3 pitching Airy. So the 4 Sacred Mountain, who's 6 to 1 morning line, probably going to be about 4 to 1, 9 to 2 maybe now. Still a good price. Gets first-time Lasix today. Big sharp winner at Penn National last out with no Lasix. Going to move forward today for Bernie Houghton. I'll single there on the 4 Sacred Mountain in race 5. That's a nice allowance race for 3-year-olds going 6 furlongs there in race 5. That's one of our features of the day there in the 5th to anchor this popular early pick 5.
Excellent. Yeah, I tell you, you get this 2 or 3 beaten in the opener.
Right.
You can be certain that early pick 4 is going to pay thousands.
All right,
the money's just going to pour in on these 2.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Race 1, 6 furlongs, claiming 10,000, 4 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. I go with the 2 on top here. Fort Royal, your second choice in the betting, 2 to 1. Horacio Caramano's having a big weekend. Rides his 4-year-old by Fort Leonard for Claudio Gonzalez, our leading trainer. He's rolling to kick off 2020. He's starting the new year right where he left off 2019 on a roll. And this horse, an okay third, last out against better company. There's a next out winner that beat Fort Royal in that race last out late December. Now back in 3 weeks, perfect timing, and gets a class relief today, an aggressive move for Top Connection. So I think the favorite's beatable. I think the 2 Fort Royal, your most realistic upset horse here in race 1.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if Fort Royal can kind of run down under a spell. Under a spell, really no excuse last time. Was 5 clear into the lane, just could not hold on. Paul the Waiter, another Claudio horse. That was Claudio on, made a big sustained run and followed it up with a good effort going longer. I think this track's probably tightened up. Really cool. Sure. I think it might be favoring a little bit of speed today. We'll find out. But under a spell, I know he's been a beaten favorite quite a few times. He's awfully quick. I think he just might last a day. And McCarthy, he's poised to have a big day. Boy, is he on some live shots. Fort Royal, I think, races. He's the closest pursuer. And I do think if anybody's going to run down under a spell, it's going to be Claudio's runner here with Carol Manos. I couldn't really kind of get anybody else there over the top.
All right, how about a big price on the 6 San Marco, who's taking a drop-in class for good connections here. Gary Capuano in the bug. Victor Rosales, this horse, a sharp half-mile work, January 16th here at Laurel Park, 47-3. the fastest of 16 works that day. That was just, 4 days ago. So they're going after it today here with the 6 San Marco on the drop.
Yeah, I think basically all these other horses, they're hoping the top two get involved in a duel, maybe somewhere around the turn, and wear each other out. And a little note there, that's a reclaim on underspell back in the Nest Barn for today's race.
Yep. All right, so heavy favorite there in race 1. Let's turn the page. You like the early pick 4 today. Nice starter allowance here in race 2 to kick off this early pick 4. Let's check out your ticket and see how you play it.
Okay, we've got an $18 ticket. Starting you off, I do think Candy Graham for Mongo going to be a shorter price, the one to beat in race 2. My price user will be the 2, though. Rookie Salsa, first time for Claudio. Race 3, we go 3 deep with the 1, 2, and 3. Race 4, 1, 3, and 5. Rumson Rally, I agree with you, Stan. I think lurking second time off of a reclaim here for Lacey Gaudette. They take the Lasix off, the blinkers come off. And Always Forgiven is going to, still stays in as part of that entry. He's going to take a ton of play. 5th race, we'll wrap it up with the 1 and the 4. Bernie's on Fire and Sacred Mountain. I do respect Bernie Houghton coming down here with those younger horses.
Yep. All right, so here we go. Let's take a look at race 2. We're going 6 furlongs. Nice 25,000 starter allowance for straight 3-year-olds. The conditions here, just straight 3-year-olds that have started for 25 or less. We're optional claiming 25,000. So they could have won 2, 3. You have a 3-time winner in here. The 4 Candy Graham for Mongo. Your 7-5 morning line favored. He's going to be a heavy favorite here. The 5 is scratched out of race 2. McCarthy aboard for Nest. The Nest Barn with a 2-win day yesterday, and then a big win first off the claim with this 3-year-old colt by Majestic City. Let's show you that race late December, 6 furlongs against 40,000 starter allowance company this day. And this horse just wins big this day. Wins by 2 1/4 with a 76 buyer.
Big jump up, Stan. And the numbers from a 61 buyer to a 76 was quite that good. But visually, it was strong. They went quick, 22 and 3, 45 and 4, and just laid on the other speed and is going to be able to edge on by. And I tell you, eager to the wire, not really showing any kind of let up on its correct lead, just steadily handridden the last 30 or 40 yards there with Trevor McCarthy. Awfully good claim for Bell Gable Stable. It certainly looks like it moving forward. Should be a profitable one. I take a shot with a price, Rookie Salsa. Do we have video of that last race on the 27th of December? Now, granted, the buyer number isn't anywhere remotely close to Candy Graham for Mongo, but this particular day, he's the 2 horse, going to be the 2 horse again. Just gets caught in some traffic. We've got it from the 3/8 pole to the quarter pole. It extends maybe even a little bit further. Bottled up behind a 3-pronged duel there is Rookie Salsa with Sheldon Russell. You're trying to save some ground, get the right kind of trip. Sometimes you're just a little bit unlucky. And this was the case. The winner, the winner's going to come high and wide. That's 455 Rocket, who gets the clean trip, swoops on by and goes clear. Look, doesn't really get out to pass the 3/16 pole, shifts out and continues willingly to the wire. Now, this horse was a recent gelding. Okay, gelded reported on the 20th of December. Has some trouble, but has some good races back as a 2-year-old. Some numbers that, hey, if he reaches back and can come close to those, hey, he's got a shot in here to maybe upset the apple cart. Just needs a cleaner trip.
Well, you're getting 112 for the weight here with the 7-pound apprentice Alberto Burgos, and this might be the first mount for this young apprentice riding for Claudio Gonzalez. So we'll see if he can make the most of his opportunities. You're getting 10 pounds from my top pick, so Rookie Salsa might be able to take advantage of the nice light weight assignment. How about the 1 DC Fireman, a 2-time winner, sharp debut winner at Timonium. Then they tried the Maryland Million. That was too tough, but then gave him a few months off. A 3-year-old by Frisian Fire, a homebred here. No, he's bred by William Bain. It was a homebred for Bain and Claudio. Claimed now by Kenny Cox. First off the claim today for Kenny. So that was a big effort last out against starter allowance, 72 buyer. Angel Cruz is going to probably try to go right to the front here on the 1 DC Fireman.
Interesting that they were willing to part ways with him that quickly. Off of a good debut, not a terrible try, in the Maryland Million Nursery. Just couldn't quite keep up. dropped them in. Kenny Cox and company said, okay, we're going to go ahead and take a shot. He's awfully quick. That 72 buyer works in this race. He might have some other speed to deal with. He better come away from that gate pretty cleanly. Tap and Honor, this 3-horse coming in from Gulfstream, had a win out in Santa Anita, breaking the maiden first time out. Brings some speed to the table. Dreaming of Love has some speed. Kenny Graham from Mongo, we've seen it. He wants to lay close. So will DC Fireman be able to get a breather up front? That's going to be the key to him. And 455 Rocket, I know the number really doesn't work, but visually that was a good race. We showed you that one. Ricky Salsa with all the trouble behind it. He can sit and make that progression from off the pace in here. I don't think he's going to be too far back around the turn.
Yeah, besides the favorite, the 455 Rocket, the only other horse in the race that's won 3 times.
Yeah,
so,
yep.
So nice starter allowance there. Race 2 to kick off the early pick 4. I single there on the 4, Candy Graham for Mongo. On my early pick 5, you have a nice 10-1 shot on top for our leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez. So nice starter allowance there. In the second, let's turn the page. Race 3 will kick off the rolling super high 5 here in race 3 today. Nice little carryover to get you going for the afternoon. A little over 3,000 for that rolling super high 5. That features the low 15% takeout. We have it every race with 7 or more horses. So if they don't hit it here in race 3, that'll carry over to the next race. That'll carry over to race 4 that has 7 horses.
Right.
So keep your eye on that rolling super high 5 throughout the day. Also, race 3 kicks off the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. No carryover today. They hit it yesterday for almost 4,600. So we start fresh today with the Pick 6. Tim Tulloch, he has a ticket. Let's check it out real quick. See how he plays it. $64 place. 3 deep here in the third with the 2-3-6. Let's see. Race 5, that nice allowance race. He goes with the 1-4-6. And there, his single is going to come in the finale. And I'm on my late pick 5. I have a single in race 8 on the 3, Sacred Lady, the favorite. Tim singles here on the 7, Steva, second choice at 5-2 for the Red Hot Barn of Jerry Rahm. All right, so we'll have dueling singles there in race 8. Let's check out here the third race. One of our features of the day, nice maiden special weight, 4 and up, going 6 furlongs here in race 3. Nice 7-horse field. Take out the 7. True Shipman is scratched. I go with the 2 on top. Fastmaster is going to be one of the favorites here. Second off the layoff for Grand Motion. Ran a couple big races last winter here at Laurel Park as a 3-year-old. A couple very useful races. Rallied from the back to finish second and third.
Yeah.
Going 6 furlongs. Then needed a whole break. Needed all summer and fall off. That was a tough comeback assignment, going long up there at Aqueduct on a sloppy track. He was 12-1 that day and got beat 18 lengths. So now second off the layoff, we cut back to 6 furlongs on a track that he likes. You get Weston Hamilton. Weston having a big weekend. So I think the 2 Fastmaster is going to improve a lot today. I use them on top.
This is a struggle of a race for me. I had trouble lining it, handicapping it. You're guessing on some horses off some lengthy layoffs, some distance, turning back in distance. So, I wind up on the 3 Universal Payday. Trevor was named on the 2 as well. He opts to go here. Off since October of 18, closing effort. Flashed a little speed in a big field. Drop back came again. Given, the fact these owners have a lot of horses, they still protect. He's a gelding. They're protecting, running a maiden special weight. Easily could have got away with running them right for 25. The works look good. They're steady. I'm taking a flyer. Universal Payday shows some speed. There's not a lot of true speed in this race. It might come from the 6, King Nakia, who chased Benintendi around the racetrack a couple races back. And I can't really, get too mad at that Charlestown effort. Sloppy sealed track up there that afternoon, that evening, I should say. Torpedo Tom was a horse that only run once off of a layoff, a Dale Capuano runner that went up there to get the money. I think ran long at Pimlico, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll take a shot with Universal Payday. Fastmaster, the 2, your top selection. Those races at Laurel back in February and March of 2019, they were productive races. Some good horses came out of those stands. So, yeah, and even the one, Creative Genius. Did I have a stat on that one or no for Joe Taylor?
Yes, we do.
I did, yeah. And this is a little smaller sample. Last 3 years on the dirt, 3 for 8, 38%, 5 for 8 in the money, with maidens going route to a sprint with an ROI of 345. First time in the barn for this one, moving into the Joe Taylor's barn for Cash is King, freshened since the summertime. But the Creative Genius, I think he's got some races on the page that would put him in the mix. He doesn't show like he's got a ton of speed. He's going to have to make a run somewhere from a couple lengths out of it, it would seem to me.
I didn't use the one. I thought this might just be a stepping stone to a race a little bit longer down the road. I didn't get to the one, but he'll take money. That was a good stat there. Sheldon Russell takes the call. Your top pick, Universal Payday, was working 5 furlongs late November up there at Fair Hill, so should be dead fit here for the comeback race. I use him. How about the 8? The first-time starter for Annette Eubanks, the Cairo Kid by Cairo Prince. This was a $150,000 yearling purchase at Fasig Tipton, Kentucky. Katie Davis takes the call. Some okay works right here at Laurel Park. Doesn't have to ship anywhere for the debut. I like the outside post better than an inside post, so I'll take a shot. Probably going to slip away at a big price. The 6 will take money. Trombetta Motion going to take money. At the stat there on Joe Taylor, so we'll get a real nice price here on the 8, the Cairo Kid.
You certainly should. The mare was 3 for 19. I made 110,000. Didn't really particularly run that fast. I think topped out at a 63 on the dirt. 2 siblings, 1 win each. Top on the dirt was a 53. So the $150,000 sales price, that kind of shocked me a little bit. I maybe should have dug a little bit deeper, but I'm assuming maybe this is a good-looking horse. There's some issues now late to the races here. Going to be a 4-year-old first-time starter.
All right, so nice maiden special weight there. Race 3 to kick off the Rolling Super High 5 and the Rainbow Pick 6. Let's take a look here at the late pick 5 and race 4. Late pick 5 yesterday. Paid $655, so no carryover today. As always, that low 12% takeout. Let's check out my ticket. $48 late pick 5 ticket. I'll go 4 deep here. I know in my early, my early pick 5, I go 4 deep in the 4th as well with the 1A, 3, 5, 7. Maybe I can get a price home with the, I have a price of the 5 Rumson Rally. My top pick is a price, and the 7 Voodoo Valley, a big 12-1 first off the claim for Corrales. Sheldon Russell will ride. So I have a couple prices here in race 4. I'll use the 1A, 3, 5, 7. My single's going to come in race 8. Looks like Lacey Gaudet has a solid favor there with the 3 Sacred Lady. 2-1 Cintron's going to ride. Just missed at this level last out. I think the 4-year-old filly by Will Take Charge will be right there today going a mile. So I single on the 3 Sacred Lady in race 8. Let's take a look here at the 4th. Race 4, going a mile, claiming 5,000 4 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. Big late scratch in race 4. Scratch to plain 1, Mati, I think, who is going to be the stronger part of that entry. The 1A, Always Forgiven, we both still use, but Mati was making the entry 4 to 5, right?
Yeah, I think yes, a little bit bigger drop, consistent numbers, but Always Forgiven certainly going to take plenty of play. Will he wind up at 4 to 5? Maybe not. Maybe about even. But no, neither one. I mean, Mati, I was kind of against deeper closers on big drops. I'm never usually a fan of those kind of horses. Always Forgiven is a little bit more tactical. Should be fairly forward in this group, and you break it down, saying there's really not a lot of true speed in this race.
Not much anything in this race. So I'll take. We both have a price on top. We both have the 5 Rumson Rally on top here. Rumson Rally is a nice 5-year-old by City Zip here, second off the claim for Lacey Gaudet. Let's show you the race late December. Now, when I say there's not much anything in this race, it came up a little soft, so that's why I like a 6-1 shot on top. Here's Rumson Rally from late December.
Yeah, I think the point you're trying to make is really just not a ton of consistent form.
Sure.
The numbers aren't real glaring. But Rumson Rally this particular day, you see it in the short comment, hung 4 deep early, was out there 4 deep a long way, but it was gritty try here. Grinds up, makes a run. Blue Danube is going to be able to get the job done on the front end, but the effort was there for Rumson Rally. Now, this was a reclaim, claimed out of this race for 5,000. They jumped up to the 10,000, 2 in life. Didn't take a ton of play. A little excuse at the break, but really didn't fire at all after that. Now we're dropping back down to the 5,000. The Lasix comes off. The blinkers come off, and back in the barn for Lacey Gaudet. Has a couple good races back on the page. A lower 60 is going to win this race, okay? So somewhere near that, and Rumson Rally can maybe kind of make that grinding run from just off of it to sneak out a little bit of an upset in here. Might come down a little bit in price because of the scratch of Motti.
Only has to carry 113 with Charlie Marquez, a 10-pound bug. So nice lightweight assignment here on our 6-to-1 shot Rumson Rally we have on top. We both used the 1A. We have the same 4 here in race 4. I'm 4 deep on my early pick 5 and late pick 5. The outside horse here, Voodoo Valley, with first off the claim for Jose Corrales. Sheldon Russell takes the call. Voodoo Valley with a nice maiden score last October here at Laurel Park, and it ran okay in the slop December 1st. Didn't run very well last out. It's going to need to. Jose claimed them that day for $5,000. They wait the 30 days right back in here for $5,000. But I guess what caught my eye is we're going from a 5-pound bug rider to Sheldon Russell today on the 7 Voodoo Valley.
Yeah, and did have an excuse. We showed you that rerun of Rumson Rally's effort. You see was checked at the 3/8 pole that particular race. You're getting a little bit more experienced rider, lower 50s. Yeah, might not get him to win, but in the mix. But look at that first claim record here for Jose Corrales as well. Out of a 14-horse sample, 29% with an ROI of $11. Wow.
Not bad.
That's pretty strong. Compare, I think he's going to be fine, too, just has to hold form. He's going to be somewhere in the pace flow a long way. Maybe City Traveler, the long shot, will probably try to go out there and steal it with Laurel Glasser. But, yeah, let's look for some price here and try to upset the 1A, always forgiven.
Trying to get the 10-pound bug home here on Rumson Rally. All right, let's get a quick commercial break. We still have the late pick 4 to go. Race 5 is one of our features of the day. We'll check it out right after this.
Run Happy is simply super. He polishes off an outstanding campaign with a dominant victory in the Malibu.
No medication, no problem. Run Happy, standing at Claiborne Farm.
All right, good to see the Run Happy spots here at the Maryland Jockey Club. He was a good racehorse. You see him sponsoring everything. I think he's sponsoring Pegasus and everything down there in Florida. And I've never been to Kentucky, but when I go to Kentucky, I think Claiborne Farm is going to be one of my first stops.
There you go. I've yet to be there as well. So been to Kentucky a couple times, but not to Claiborne.
All right, here we go. Race 5 is going to kick off the late pick 4, one of our features of the day. Nice first level allowance for straight 3-year-olds, optional claiming $62,000. We're going 6 furlongs here in race 5. Let's start with the 1, your top pick here. Bernie's on fire. Let's show you the debut effort, a big win November 1st here at Laurel Park. Here he is, the 5-horse this day.
Yeah, and a big field. You like to see this. I like it when horses can handle that much traffic, some little bit of adversity, especially in a big field. But Bernie's on fire, got good position early, and did it with a post that was towards the inside. He moves outside to take the measure of the leader, and I tell you, it just rolls right on past in a really professional-looking effort here. I remember this one last race of the day, and Bernie's on fire, just absolutely jiggity jog, bigger, good-looking specimen here. I think, some trouble, breaking a little slow in the Jay Zifflos. I liked him that day a lot. Okay, came away slowly, was caught wide, just dropped back around the turn. November 16th, you wanted to be towards the inside. This horse was caught wide as well, so against the grain of the racetrack. This is reported first time gelding. You're going to see a different kind of horse here, I guess, in Bernie's on fire. A little freshening, works, just kind of some maintenance works getting here to the races. I think he's going to be fine here this afternoon. Bernie's on fire, top selection in race 5.
He'll be tough. Now, the big late scratch here in race 5, take out the 3 pitching Airy, who is going to be one of the favorites. I'll go with the 4 on top here. Sacred Mountain, a 3-year-old by Seville, a homebred here for the Houghton family, slipped away at 24-1 in debut up there at Penn National back in December. Maiden special weight 6-horse field. Got into trouble on the far turn, but still won by a neck. 66 buyer, pretty good for up there at Penn National. The show horse in that race would come right back to win, so a strong win for Sacred Mountain up there. Now gets first-time Lasix. Beto comes down to ride. He's going to run even bigger today, so I put the 4 Sacred Mountain right on top.
How does Bernie Houghton go off at 24-1 in a 6-horse field at Penn National?
Penn National. Slow works.
How?
Snuck the horse into the debut.
He's a guy that can
off
win
of 103 and 2 up there.
Yeah, but Bernie can kind of win anywhere, and his younger horses. Tip for tap, that third-place finisher came back to run a 68. Yeah, I watched the race. A little bit of a trouble into the turn. Jack kind of eased back, angled out, and came back again with a good move into an honest pace. And this horse was dead game to the wire, resolute. Sacred Honor, I'm using right back. I think you might have to move up a little bit. That's still that debut was ringing still with me with Burnings on fire. So 1-4-2-6 on the turf has done well. A steady string of races there for Salzman. Improved number in most recent start behind Candy Grant for Mongo Trombetta. Took that horse out of that race for our Larry Johnson. First time off the claim today on the turf. Looks live as well. So shorter field, competitive field in here. Yep. Definitely some talent in race 5.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 6 going to kick off the final pick 3 of the day. We're going 6 furlongs, maiden claiming 10,000 for 3-year-old fillies. No scratches here.
No.
Race 6, a nice big 10-horse field. This will be one of our biggest handles of the afternoon here in race 6. A bunch of first-time starters in here. Where do you go? You go with the horse.
I do.
Has one race under her belt. Let's talk about the 10, Keeper and Spite. First off the claim today for Jerry Robb. I didn't use her at all.
Well, the firsters, I really couldn't gather a whole lot of information that made me really kind of get excited. Not saying, Tab the Tote, Huron with a couple. Dale certainly capable with a first-time starter. I'd watch the board, especially in race 6, see if we see any kind of early money that triggers it, the money that stays, on a horse. So, but Keeper and Spite is a horse that was claimed out of debut. Off of Trombetta goes into the Robb barn here for Sheffield Stable. Out of America, Keeper Kell had I think 3 or 4 debut winners. Like that horse that day, caught inside in a bigger field. The blinkers going, flashed some speed. And some internals that were okay. I think Keeper, in Spite, just taking a shot, the X-Man can go right to the front and try to dictate it, just turn away everybody around the turn. So that's my take in race 6. I just say good luck with everybody else. I don't have a real confident kind of pick underneath.
Well, you go with the hot connections. Jerry Robb, he can do no wrong. He's about 30% recently, first off the claim. I love the 2-punch mares, so Keeper and Spite could run better. Drops first off the claim, so that's kind of what I guess what scared me away. I go with my main man, Dale Capuano here, the 6th rendering, a first-time starter from Dale's barn. Dale, he does okay with his first-time starters. This filly by Preakness winner, a Fleet Alex, shows up for her first race with a nice professional work tap right here at Laurel Park. Doesn't have to ship anywhere. Couple nice 5-furlong workouts from the gate recently here at Laurel Park. We're getting 5 pounds off with the bug, Avery Wisman. Wisman and Dale Cap 23% together. So you made the filly 9-2 because of the connections.
Yes.
The Fleet Alex, the works look pretty good. She'll end up be one of you. 9-2 would be a nice price.
Yeah.
I'll take that all day long.
Yeah, I mean, she's going to have to draw some play. Dale is one of the proven trainers here that can get horses to win first time out. And with a field with sketchy form of the horses that I've run, I certainly think there's going to be action. 3 siblings, they combined for $452,000 in earnings. One of them topped out at a 90. So yeah, I could make a case there, I guess, for branding. 10-6-8-4 for me. A Star Gold flashed some speed going longer, and did close in what? That was a Timoni on the way back, right? A little bit of rally there, Magical Land into some speed. So I think this horse will be close. Just needs to bring a little bit better finish against this group.
All right, so nice big 10-horse field with a bunch of first-time starters there in race 6. Let's turn the page here. Nice starter allowance in race 7 to kick off the late daily double. We're going a flat mile, 16,000 starter allowance for filly mares or optional claiming 25,000. I go with the 3 Moon Virginia on top. First off the claim for Trombetta, Trevor McCarthy to ride this 7-year-old mare by Jumpstart. She's made $364,000. Look at the year she had last year as a 6-year-old. 14 starts. She danced every dance. She was 8 times in the money. Made a $127. So what a nice Maryland bred she is. Moon Virginia in a nice spot today. Trombetta and our Larry Johnson claiming some horses.
Yeah.
And I think the back class of this mare attracted them. They can run her a few times and then maybe go ahead and breed her.
That's what I'm thinking. It's like we say upstairs. I said, man, our Larry Johnson got a lot of horses. What's he doing claiming?
Right.
But I mean, it certainly looks like she could be a broodmare one day and be a good producer. She's going to have some speed to target. She's steady. She can make a steady progression off the pace. once again, I thought this was a really difficult race to handicap. Mortal Storm likes to go from the inside, has speed. Firth, little hiccup going against a tough group last time out of the gate. That certainly put her in jeopardy, and then had to move into a fast pace before fading. Firth brings speed to the table. Conjecture, another one. Conjecture might be the one where she's really kind of gone against some seasoned horses, some really good horses, and can kind of hang around. At a mile distance, it works. She got away at Timonium, was able to dictate. Here she's going to have to maybe do some chasing, but I think she's got a rating ability in here to make a move and still hold on to be a factor late. So Conjecture, I would say, is the one to beat. I'll take a stranger here. Tanda's Joy, second off of a layoff for Marcus Zuletto's. Improved a little bit with his horses coming in here, but this is a stat that kind of got me. Second off the layoff, going along on the dirt the last couple of years. He's got a positive ROI, about $2.30. It really kind of got a good little kind of maintenance, a little workout last time out. Was wide every step of the way against the two other than Group Warm and some other good horses. It's a Journey who came back. Those two kind of It's a Journey got the job done yesterday. I think Tanda's Joy can make a run from mid-pack.
I didn't use her, but it's an out-of-town outfit that got Centron top rider
Yeah,
to take
he
the
stays.
call.
Yep.
Coming off the layoff, last out at 29-1. He stays aboard today. So that's got to catch your attention a little bit. You'll get a decent price there on the 4 Tanda's Joy. All right, 3-2 for me on top.
Yeah.
How about the 5-year Firth? Yeah,
Right.
Kind of in and out form. Looks like she's in and out and right back to a big number today for the 5 Firth. We have a video spotlight, though, of the 7 Fairy Wish, who's going to be a big, solid 8-1. But she's an honest filly by Super 99. Let's show you the race from January 5th against first-level Maryland-bred Allowance Company this day.
You don't want to forget about Fairy Wish. Now, she's eligible for 2 in life. Yeah, so this is reaching maybe a little bit, but you know what? She's come the hand of late. She's definitely an improved individual right now. And this particular day, January the 5th, you wanted to be inside with a little bit of speed. That was the main key for this particular day. And Fairy Wish at 17-1 kind of bucks it a little bit, is wide every step of the way. And you really can't complain with the effort, closing up a couple lengths through the final eighth of a mile. And Estorina's like a 5-time winner. And this final time, Stan, was only 1 second off of Bobby G. So, okay, she's saying within 5-6 lengths of Bobby G. What would Bobby G do to this field, right?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm using that in relation, and I think she's just a filly that right now she's kind of finding her own, and she's doing okay here. So I will use her into the mix, and she's going to escape at an okay price for you.
Yeah, very productive 3-year-old campaign last year for this Fisher homebred. She danced every dance, ran 15 times, made $50,000 the hard way, and then now she's blossoming into a productive 4-year-old. So, all right, we both used the 7 Fairy Wish. Nice starter allowance there in race 7. Nice maiden event here to wrap things up in race 8. Race 8, no scratch. Take out the 5 Weekend Delight here in race 8. Still nice 6-horse field. It's Quinella time in race 8 with that low 10% takeout. Last live race every racing day, we have the Quinella. Let's take a look here. Race 8, going a mile, maiden claiming 40,000, Filly mares 4 and up. I go with the favorite on top, the 3 Sacred Lady. Now the 3 Sacred Lady, the 2 Beckon, and the 7 Steva, they all exit the same race on December 22nd. Let's show you that race. Going 7 furlongs on a fast track. Maiden 40,000. Sacred Lady is the 7-horse sitting second this day, and she's going to end up finishing a good second. Yeah,
going to press the issue, and this was an improved average. She was 9-1 this race compared to the 5-1 of Beckon and the 7-2 of Steva. But I tell you, it runs pretty well. 3 and 4 wide, goes to about even terms here at top of the stretch with about 3/16 of a mile running. Dead game. Beckon has a shot. Can't really gain a whole lot, through the final eighth of a mile. And to the inside with Steva. Steva moved up the inside and definitely loomed and flattened out. And maybe that's the deal. They're going to put the blinkers on Steva this afternoon to draw to the outside. And here's your stat. Second off the claim for Jerry Robb. The last 2 years on the dirt. How about that, Stan? 44%. 11 for 25. 18 for 25 in the money. ROI is pretty gaudy. $4.31. Steva, I think we'll just kind of measure those 2 other horses, the 2 other other faves and maybe edge on by late. It's going to be a good little horse race here. I think that final 3/16 of a mile.
All right, so we like the same 4 filly mares there.
Yep.
In race 8. That's it. We're out of time. Big 8-race program on tap for you today. No rain, no snow, nice weather this afternoon. Come on out here. Enjoy Martin Luther King Jr. holiday with us. Big program. Always a good crowd out here on this holiday. So good luck to you. Dave Rodman's coming up next with today's scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.